Yes, indeed, Bill and Ted did have a cartoon. It took place in the 90s and it felt like a direct continuation from the first movie. But it didn't bring anything new to the table, almost like a repeating cycle. Everything was exactly the same as it was before, especially our main dudes, Bill and his most trusted colleague, Ted.
Well, then what's so great about it?
Weren't you listening, homie? Everything I just said! Hang on tight, homie, because we're diving deep into Bill and Ted's Lost cartoon to see why staying true to yourself is an art form worth mastering.
Let's go back in time, we can just hit rewind. What a terrific notion, it's cartoon commotion.
That's right, buddy. Nothing changed at all from the movie to the cartoon. And honestly, that's mondo surprising. Even the Men in Black cartoon changed some things from the movie. Oh, I almost spoiled the idea that we have in mind for that episode. Zone in on this right now. We'll get back to that at a later date. Okay, so the moral of the story, cut and dry, is that Bill and Ted never once change, no matter when or where they are. Think back with us to the ways that they would talk to everyone.
Come on, Grim Brother dudes. Dudley Frontier type dude.
It's always either dude or dudette, even people in authority. They treat everyone as though they deserve the same excellent, equal status. Remember the royal ugly dudes they encountered from the first movie when they hopped back to medieval England? Well, this cartoon took that part and ran with it.
Greetings, Mr. Menacing Authority Figure, dude.
There's never a minute of this cartoon when they blend in or pretend to be someone to take them as something that they're not. Correctamundo, Jiggy Bud. They completely embrace themselves as who they truly are, embracing the power of relatability. You see, the specialness of... Specialness? Yeah, okay, that works. The specialness of Bill and Ted is that they're so average that they don't even realize how special they truly are. Time for a flashback. Remember how in the first movie Bill and Ted learned about their destiny? Their friendship, band, and music is what unites the world of the future. So their careers and lives have most triumphant purposes far beyond the scope of their understanding. After that total experience, they still don't realize just how much they matter to the world of the future. By the time they hit their 10th episode in this cartoon, I'm betting that you probably figured they would understand just how important their musical lives were to time.
Well, I mean, duh.
You'd be wrong, dude. There were many times throughout this cartoon that they were unaware of their effect on history, and it never really fazed them. They'd show up as their excellent selves, encounter an obstacle to their goal, and then they'd handle it the only ways that they would know how. And they'd wind up accidentally being the first people to do something historically phenomenal. Take, for example, Season 1, Episode 11. During a trip to find someone to speak for their career day project, they accidentally fall down a gold prospector's plume, a sort of waterslide type device that was supposed to help him with the gold and dirt separation. Well, the dudes were called to work for the miner, John Sutter, to pay for the damages they caused to the slide. But when he turned around, they reworked the thing into a real-deal waterslide. Other prospectors gathered around for the ride, paying in bags of gold, and soon, John had an entirely different kind of gold mine on his hands. So true, Jiggy Dude. Just like our notes on the episode say, some people are so busy searching for gold that they can't see the gold already right in front of them. You might say that there was this whisper of destiny that was tugging at the edges of their reality, yet Bill and Ted were perpetually lost in the haze of air guitar riffs, remaining blissfully oblivious. Episode 10 made this abundantly clear, transparent even. It was totally the most triumphant episode of the entire series. This one featured the character of Rufus more heavily than most, and it explored the terrible possibility of the Wild Stallions band coming to an end. Rufus had the job of setting things straight, but he couldn't explain the situation of the future, or the future's condition, to the bros. Due to their departure from the magical world of music, the future that was founded on their tubular tunes was crumbling all around them, and people who would exist were quickly de-aging out of existence. Rufus was also de-aging. All of that, and he couldn't explain a lick of it, because if he did, their choice to return to their craft would be majorly inauthentic. Pause for dramatic effect. Let that word set in.
Ooh, the suspense is killing me.
Not.
Whew, if you made it through the process of deeper thinking without your brain spontaneously combusting, congrats! You survived where our test subjects couldn't. But that's not important right now. Being true to yourself, or at least staying true to yourself, is something that we all must learn in time. It's something that I've learned in the process of making content about cartoon analysis. But Bill and Ted never had to learn to be themselves, dude. They always showed up as their excellent selves, no matter the situation or expectations that were put on them.
Father figure type dude.
There was always something that they could or should learn, apart from this lesson. But just like Rufus said in that phenomenal episode, greatness takes time.
Guys, greatness takes time.
Bill and Ted are the future great ones. The ones whose music founded the future world, and that wouldn't mean a hill of beans if it weren't for the fact that Bill and Ted never change. So what's the point? What's the big idea? What's the purpose of this lesson the bros didn't have to learn?
Hey, I be asking the questions around here.
Okay, so...
What's the point, the big idea, and the purpose of this lesson and all that other stuff you said?
I guess I'm glad you asked. Think about how you show up in the world. Are you being your excellent self at all times? Do you put on a face in certain places to be something that you're not? Or do you embrace who you are and choose to stay true to yourself no matter what life throws at you? Like Bill and Ted. Because if we were authentic like them, we would in time discover the greatness that we can grow into. But if we're inauthentic, we get stuck pretending to be something we're not. Homie, thanks for hanging out with us here on Cartoon Commotion. Jiggy and I dig into tunes like this all the time. Not now, buddy. I was just about to tell them. Alright, okay. Jiggy wants you to know that we have a Facebook page where we discuss 80s and 90s cartoons like every other day. So if you'd like a place to go while waiting for more episodes of Cartoon Commotion, check it out. How was that? Yeah, you're right. That was a lot to say. My name's Cade, that's Jiggy the pig that digs the jig, and here on Cartoon Commotion we analyze the tunes of the 80s and 90s to find value that you missed out on while you were too busy growing up. So stick around if you'd like some more of that.